What's going on, everyone? It's Kochyy here, and today I wanted to make a video doing some early discussions and speculations about Jugram Haschwalth and how he's going to affect the PvP meta in the coming days, because we're getting round 2 in a very short amount of time. So let's get into it. What do we know about the unit? Obviously, he is a power attribute flurry poise character with the Kochyy Sternritter affiliation. Currently, there are no Kochyy Sternritter killers, so he has that going for him moving into PvP. More into his stats, he has some of the highest stats in the game for the PvP relevant statistics, at least, with the highest attack in the game if we disregard the resurrectable units, Swimsuit Ruruka, Lost Agent Ikaku, and Dangai Ichigo. And he also has the highest stamina in the game if we disregard Iba, who has a stamina trait. But these kind of things is to be expected with each new release of characters, new batches of characters. That's just the stat power creep. Every new batch of characters, they get a little bit more stats, and before you know it, you're like, wow, this character actually has the highest attack. I didn't even think about that. But that's normal, that happens. What really makes this character interesting is the two new skills that he brings to the table: Brave Battle Temporary Invincibility and Brave Battle Counter. And this is really the main topic of the video, so yeah, let's start with those skills. First off, Brave Battle Invincibility. From what we know about the skill, he's immune to all forms of attack, status ailments, insta-kills, debuffs, everything, for 10 seconds from the start of the match. So how does this affect the PvP environment? If your team would lose to an enemy regardless, this doesn't make a difference, right? If your team is getting steamrolled, it doesn't matter that they're invulnerable. You would have got steamrolled one way or another. But if you do have a stronger team and you would normally win the match quicker, as long as Jugram is present in your match, you will at minimum have to wait 10 seconds long before you can damage him and kill him. And what happens at 10 seconds in PvP? The soul bomb spawns. So I'm sure that any high level PvP player or anyone that has played the mode for a significant portion of time, they'll tell you this, that you do not want the match to last till the soul bomb. The soul bomb brings a extra RNG element into the mix, and it creates something like sometimes an unwinnable situation because of how strong status effects can be in PvP. Like, I can't tell you guys how many times I have lost matches because at the start, like a Noitora or a Kenny, they paralyze 2 out of 3 of my members, or they weaken 2 out of 3 of my members, and that stops all my outgoing damage. And then it allows them to stall until the soul bomb spawns. They grab the soul bomb, they paralyze my whole team. They grab the next soul bomb, they paralyze my whole team again, so on and so forth, and I lose. It's over the course of 5 or 6 soul bombs. I just lose because of that, and that's super annoying. And this is why you want your matches to end before the 10-second mark, because you want to avoid that soul bomb RNG. You don't want that to be a factor in your matches. Like I said, any player will tell you that has done a lot of high level PvP, or just someone who's been playing the game mode for a long time. Jugram, just by nature of being there in the match, he allows for the soul bomb to play a factor every time when you are in a winning PvP situation. If you're losing, you would have lost anyway, like I said. It's very annoying, but that's assuming, again, you're in a winning position. His 10 seconds of invincibility also allows for a true glass cannon build to be in place. I saw some comments of people saying that to build him tanky and have enemies die to the counter damage, and we'll talk about that a bit more, but that, to me, when I read that, it sounds too gimmicky. It sounds like something that you're not really taking advantage of the stronger of his two skills, which is the fact that he is a literal mod, a literal walking cheat code for 10 seconds. He does not take any damage. And when you're completely immune, why wouldn't you abuse that by maximizing his damage potential completely? Go full nad links and just set him loose on any opposing lead unit you want. If he procs weaken, especially during that time, he's doing so much outgoing damage, he'll kill the units all the more quicker. So now we have a unit has the potential to be very strong offensively and very annoying when you're in a winning position and he's the last unit remaining, because he allows for the soul bomb to spawn, and that brings the RNG element. So let's look at the other skill now, Brave Battle Counter. From what we know at this point, it's that he counters 20% of the damage he receives back to the attacker. I believe at least that's what the data is telling us. We need to see this kind of stuff implemented or not implemented, but like in action, like in gameplay and stuff. But from what we understand right now is that he reflects 20% of damage. There's no mention of him negating the damage, so he takes the damage and 20% of that is also reflected back. The real deciding factor with this skill is whether or not it works in tandem with his invincibility. Now, you may be thinking like common sense will lead you to believe that, you know, if he's immune to damage, he's not taking damage, how can he reflect damage back? But honestly, with Kalab, common sense sometimes does not apply. So if it is in fact that he does reflect 20% damage back during his invincibility as well, that makes it like the glass cannon build even better, because obviously you're not using DR links, you're using NAD links. You're taking more damage, or supposed damage, you're invincible, right? And therefore you'll reflect more damage back to the people that are attacking you. So, you know, that really remains to be seen. We don't know how exactly the two skills interact with each other. Again, reason would lead you to believe that you're not taking damage, so why would you reflect damage? But like I said, with Kalab, anything is possible. It could just be that he's reflecting damage right out the get-go, and if he was, then that'd be so damn broken, because it just synergizes perfectly with the glass cannon build. You're taking more damage, you're dealing more damage, you're reflecting more damage. Everything is just like, it's just like a positive like feedback loop almost. But yeah, we'll talk about how to counter the unit from now, because those two skills, it really determines how the gameplay is when he comes out. But overall, like, Kalab is really stacked on this unit with these two skills. This is going to be the meta unit in PvP for a while until we get a proper counter. But I did want to think about, you know, what can we do until then? Again, like, this is all speculation and discussion. We don't know how the unit is going to function itself, but based on, you know, what I'm assuming, what would be good matchups against this character and how would we counter him? So till an actual hard counter gets released, one strategy that came to mind for me was when you face enemy Jugrams is that you need to stall out their lane. So a good unit I felt that could be used to accomplish that would be Chad, Speed Chad. So he's a speed unit, you know, he takes less damage from Jugram. He's a human affiliation, so he doesn't have to worry about killer. You know, Ichibei does have to worry about the squad 0 killer effect. And overall, Chad is just like a naturally tanky, you know, unit. Having him on like a tankier build with stamina rolls or something like that, and, you know, setting him out on Jugram leads would be an option to stall out that lane if they're on these like glass cannon builds that are just going out full damage. And ideally, you want to allow time for your side lanes to win. And once your side lanes win, then you're in a 3v1 situation. And once the 10-second mark hits, then he's completely vulnerable. You know, if he's on this glass cannon build, he's completely and utterly vulnerable. He cannot take any more damage. He does not have any sort of status, you know, resistances. He's vulnerable to being paralyzed. He's vulnerable to being weakened. And it's the only tricky thing at that point is that the soul bomb spawns, and you're just gonna hope that he doesn't grab the soul bomb and doesn't soul bomb you. But yeah, at that point he becomes vulnerable and he becomes, you know, susceptible to being taken out. So that was one thing I imagined. And the other good thing about this character is he doesn't have debilitator as well, so he cannot like chain soul bomb. Assuming matches even go that long, like I don't know what parameters you'd have to have for your teams and like enemy teams, that it's just like going on and on and on with him. But he cannot chain soul bomb. His soul bomb, the weakening will only last for 5 seconds because he doesn't have debilitator, and then there's another 5 seconds before the next soul bomb spawns, so you'll have an opportunity to strike back if you do last that long. If you're in a winning position, especially. With Noitora and Kenny, it's really annoying because if they paralyze you, you can't move for 10 seconds. The next soul bomb spawns, you get paralyzed again, can't move for 10 seconds. Like, it's just garbage. With Kenny, same thing. You're weakened. At least you can move when you're weakened. You can potentially grab another soul bomb. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. What I wanted to talk about this character and my like thoughts and opinions so far. Man, he seems pretty crazy. He seems pretty busted. I want to see how he plays out in PvP. You know, how much damage he's doing with these like full NAD builds and people just going like a glass cannon build. Does he actually reflect during his invulnerability period? You know, and the strategy that I mentioned, will that work? Can you stall him out for a bit and turn the match into a 3v1? At least against like the stronger built ones. If you're up against like a really weak one, and you just win your lanes anyway, then I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. But you know, he definitely is going to change the PvP meta. He's going to make soul bombs a bit more annoying. because again, like I said, if you're in a winning position, you have to wait 10 seconds. Soul Bomb is going to spawn. You might get it. It's just going to overall make the match quality longer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think all I have to say about the character. We'll have to see more when gameplay comes out. I don't think there's any more gameplay as of right now. Maybe like the KLab like official gameplay when they release on Twitter or something like that, it'll show a bit more about his skills. Maybe they'll do like a little preview thing in like PvP, or you know how that works. But if not, then we'll have to wait till the banner actually drops, and whoever you already know, like the whales are going to be going for like 5 out of 5 and max transcending and PvP showcases. Not really my scene. I'm not really a PvP guy, but you know, you don't need to be a PvP guy to kind of break down characters like skills and like analyze these things. I don't think it's that complicated. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess, for this video. Let me know what you guys think, thoughts and opinions on the character, and what you think how PvP is going to change and all that stuff. But and just thoughts and opinions on what I said and what I on the video and everything. You know, if I said anything wrong or you feel that there's any points that I didn't touch upon, let me know. I liked reading your guys' comments, and you know, I'll reply as best I can if there's anything you guys, any questions or anything you guys have. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. The link to Discord is in the description. Feel free to join. And as always, I will talk to you all later.